Did you ever look at a sea anemone and wonder if it's not of this world? Well, if you haven't, we're about to take you on a journey that might just change your perspective. Let's dive into the deep blue and introduce our subject of intrigue, the sea anemone. This marine creature, folks, is as fascinating as it is beautiful. It's a marine predator that doesn't have a brain, yet it's a master of survival in the ocean's depths. Now, what makes the sea anemone so peculiar? Well, for starters, its tentacles. Resembling underwater fireworks, they are actually armed with venom-filled cells, ready to stun or kill small prey that dares to come too close. But here's the kicker, these venomous tentacles are harmless to some fish species, allowing them to take refuge among the anemone's deadly arms. Quite the paradox, isn't it? And let's not forget about their immortality. Yes, you heard it right. Sea anemones are virtually immortal. They can reproduce asexually, splitting themselves in half to create a clone. And even if they do age, they show no signs of senescence. That's science speak for growing old. Now isn't that just out of this world? But the strangeness doesn't end there. Sea anemones, despite having no brain, show signs of complex behavior. They can recognize and respond to environmental changes, and they even exhibit territorial behavior. They'll fight their neighbors to protect their space even though they're rooted to one spot. It's like they're playing a game of underwater chess, planning moves and counter-moves, all without a brain. So what do we make of all these oddities? Are these just quirks of evolution, or do they hint at something more? After all, these features are unlike anything we see in other marine species. So, are these sea anemones just another marvel of Mother Nature? Or is there something more extraterrestrial about them? If sea anemones are aliens, how did they end up on Earth? That's the question we're grappling with today. To understand this, we need to delve into the concept of panspermia. Panspermia is a theory that suggests life on Earth could have originated from outer space. The idea is that microscopic life forms or their precursors, suspended in the vast emptiness of space, could have reached our planet via comets, asteroids, or even intentionally directed by other intelligent beings. Now let's think about how sea anemones fit into this cosmic puzzle. Sea anemones, with their dazzling array of colors and hypnotic movements, have always seemed a bit out of this world. But could they really have traveled across the universe to get here? The answer might surprise you. Sea anemones, despite their delicate appearance, are incredibly hardy creatures. They can survive in a wide range of temperatures, depths, and conditions. This resilience could potentially have allowed them to endure a journey through the harsh and unforgiving environment of space. Imagine a comet racing through the cosmos, carrying these celestial stowaways. As it nears Earth, the comet begins to melt, releasing the anemones into our planet's oceans. Once here, they could have adapted and evolved into the wide variety of species we see today. It sounds like science fiction, but when you consider the remarkable survival skills of these creatures, it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility. Of course, this is purely speculative. The idea of panspermia, while intriguing, is still a topic of heated debate among scientists. And the notion that sea anemones are alien life forms takes it a step further into the realm of the unknown. But isn't that what makes exploring these theories so fascinating? The mystery, the uncertainty, the endless possibilities. It's all part of the grand adventure of trying to understand our place in the universe. Could these underwater aliens have hitched a ride on a comet billions of years ago? It's a question worth pondering, wouldn't you say? What makes sea anemones so well adapted to life on Earth and beyond? Picture this: a creature that can regenerate its entire body from just a tiny fragment, a creature able to withstand drastic environmental changes, and a creature that, despite its seemingly simple form, thrives in a myriad of conditions. Sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, right? Well, these are all traits of the humble sea anemone. Sea anemones, despite being very much terrestrial, possess abilities that seem downright alien. Let's start with their regeneration abilities. Imagine losing an arm and then, voila, growing it back like it's no biggie. That's just a day in the life of a sea anemone. This regeneration ability is not just a cool party trick, it's a vital survival tool in the harsh and unpredictable underwater world. But let's take this one step further. Picture an organism on a distant planet, one that's subject to harsh conditions like extreme radiation or drastic temperature changes. Wouldn't the ability to regenerate be a fantastic trait to have? It could be the difference between extinction and survival. Now, let's dive deeper into the anemone's other survival mechanisms. Sea anemones are quite the environmentalists, and we're not talking about recycling or reducing carbon emissions. These creatures are resistant to a range of environmental changes, from temperature fluctuations to varying salt levels. They go with the flow, quite literally adapting and thriving where other creatures might fail. Again, translate these traits to an extraterrestrial organism. In a universe where conditions can shift dramatically, the ability to adapt quickly could be a key to survival. So, the sea anemone, with its regeneration abilities and resistance to environmental changes, seems suspiciously well-equipped for life not just on Earth but potentially in the farthest corners of the universe. With their alien-like abilities, these creatures could teach us a thing or two about survival in outer space. But what if the sea anemones aren't just surviving but plotting? Imagine for a moment our underwater friends, the sea anemones, are not just passive spectators in the grand theater of life. What if they're active agents? Agents with a mission, a purpose, an agenda, an alien agenda. Now let's take a dip into the realm of the speculative, the fun, and the downright bizarre. Could the sea anemones be gathering intelligence for their extraterrestrial overlords? Just think about it. They've been around for 500 million years, practically immobile, silently observing every single development on Earth. They've seen dinosaurs come and go, ice ages freeze and thaw, and human civilizations rise and fall. That's a lot of data, a lot of knowledge. If they were to share this information with their alien masters, well, we'd be an open book, wouldn't we? But it doesn't stop there. What if they're not just informants, but engineers as well? Could they be slowly terraforming our oceans to make them more suitable for other alien species? It's a wild thought, isn't it? We know that sea anemones are incredibly adaptable creatures, capable of surviving in a wide variety of water conditions. What if they're using this adaptability to alter the aquatic environment, making it more hospitable for their otherworldly comrades? And let's not forget, sea anemones are carnivorous. They capture their prey with a deadly venom-filled embrace. Could this be a practice run? A dress rehearsal for when their alien allies arrive? A chilling thought, isn't it? Now, we must remember, this is all in good fun. A playful dive into the speculative. There's no concrete evidence to back up any of these theories. Yet. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you look at our humble sea anemone in a whole new light. Who knows what these stealthy sea aliens might be up to? So, are sea anemones really aliens, or are we just letting our imaginations run wild? That's the question we've been mulling over, diving deep into the ocean of possibilities and surfacing with a boatload of theories. Let's do a quick recap, shall we? We've taken a look at the uncanny resemblance between sea anemones and some popular images of extraterrestrial life forms, from their tentacled bodies to their ability to regenerate. We've also pondered the potential alien connection, speculating on the possibility that sea anemones could be the descendants of ancient alien life forms that hitched a ride on a comet billions of years ago. Then, we explored the so-called anemone advantage, how these sea creatures exhibit traits and abilities that seem almost supernatural. Their regenerative capabilities, their venomous sting, their ability to clone themselves. Pretty advanced stuff for a creature that's been around for 500 million years, don't you think? And let's not forget the alien agenda. We ventured into the realm of wild speculation, conjuring up images of sea anemones controlling the world's oceans, communicating with their alien ancestors, and preparing for a takeover of the planet. A bit far-fetched? Perhaps, but isn't that the whole fun of it? Before we wrap up, let's remember, it's important to keep an open mind, but it's equally important to take everything with a pinch of sea salt. After all, theories, particularly those involving aliens and sea creatures, often tread a thin line between fact and fiction. So what's the final verdict? Well, the jury's still out on whether sea anemones are truly extraterrestrial beings, but one thing is for sure. These fascinating creatures have a way of capturing our imaginations, pushing the boundaries of what we know, and challenging us to think outside the box. Whether they're aliens or just weird sea creatures, one thing is clear. Sea anemones are truly out of this world.